In this video, we'll explore how dreams reveal your shadow and why most people miss the most important step in shadow integration, keeping them stuck. You'll finally learn what the individuation journey is really about. And if you want to learn more about Carl Jung's authentic shadow work methods, as well as dream interpretation, you can join my newsletter down below. I'll also send you a copy of my book Pistis, Demystifying Jungian Psychology. So at the end of last year, I had a profound dream that made me reevaluate what's truly important in my life and what makes me feel fulfilled. So I saw myself 10 years into the future, and to my despair, things seemed exactly the same. It was as if I blinked and suddenly lost a decade of my life. And in the dream, unfortunately, I was dealing with the same fear that allowed to keep me small, hide my authentic self, and sabotage my artistic creations, especially music. And in this dream, I had a distinct feeling that it was too late and I couldn't do anything different because my destiny as a failure was set in stone. No, it's a bit dramatic. And I remember waking up, disturbed, overwhelmed, and anxious. And after these initial feelings, I could sit with myself and reflect, about this message. And this dream made me take a few important decisions. So for the longest time, I was ashamed to be in the spotlight, to allow people to really see me. But the week prior to this dream was the first time I ever played an original song in front of a live audience, and it was a life-changing experience. And I was debating whether I'd share this video with my friends and also on my newsletter. But after this dream, I just knew I had to do it. And by the way, I'll leave a link down below for you to check the recording. But what's interesting about dreams is that they can linger on your psyche for weeks, months, and even years, still promoting important shifts and bringing new perspectives if you allow them to. So at first, this dream made me sit with myself and seek to understand what's important to experience and accomplish on a soul level. And now, 9 months later, as I revisit this dream, I can see how this shift also impacted my business, as I had the courage to launch my physical book and hit 200 copies sold just a few days ago. It also made me see how I was playing small and dare to take the next step and start teaching other coaches and therapists. And of course, I also changed my entire schedule so I could prioritize music again. And that's what shadow integration and the individuation journey is truly about. It's not an intellectual exercise, as it demands taking action in the real world. It's about shaping your life according to the truth of your soul, that is, following your pistis. So Carl Jung explains that the individuation journey requires a balance between the demands of the outer world, the persona, and the inner world, which is the soul. So consequently, we must develop our personalities and seek individuation by sustaining this paradox and finding a point of equilibrium between the values of the soul and the persona. So now let's explore each part of this equation. So most people think that the persona is only a bad thing, a mask that we use to hide our authentic selves. However, the persona has an important function to help us adapt to the external world and also exert our role in society. Also, this is the part of our psyche that understands cultural values. So, a well-adapted persona allows us to flow in distinct social settings, and the persona only becomes problematic when we identify with it and lose our sense of individuality. Just like Patrick Bateman in the film American Psycho. So as the film progresses, we learn that he's basically an empty vessel and crafted this perfect character to maintain an ideal image of status and wealth. So there's nothing underneath it. And he basically lives, for the appearances, driving him to insanity. So this ideal image is dependent on cultural standards, family values, and social rules that we feel pressured to abide by. And the more we have the unconscious need to win the approval of others, the more we end up adopting values that hinder the development of our personalities and make us disconnect from our souls. And this inevitably leads to a neurosis and a self-division. And all of this can be amplified by our current zeitgeist, in which we have to be constantly productive and everything has to serve a purpose. There is an excess of rationalism and science has become the new god, completely suffocating the soul because there is no space for the creative matrix of the unconscious to be manifested. And that's why it rebels against us in the form of vices, addictions, and an unbearable lack of meaning. But all of this could be solved if we learned to listen to our souls and allow them to participate in our daily lives. Now, the problem is that the very things that could bring us meaning and fulfillment are treated as worthless or as a source of shame, and they become part of our shadows. So consequently, we forsake our creativity, spontaneity, and also true talents. And this leads to a general feeling of being lost, a lack of motivation, and according to Jung, it's one of the main reasons behind common symptoms of anxiety and depression. And in contrast, as a compensation for the persona, we have the animus and anima, which reveal our authentic selves. And for the sake of this video, I want you to think about this part as simply listening to your soul. So as I mentioned in the beginning, for the longest time, I ran away from my talents. And in part, it's because I was discouraged and shamed whenever I tried to express them. And I also tried to be someone I wasn't because I wanted to fit in. But as we become adults, we must realize all of the crutches and stories we tell ourselves to run away from our responsibilities and life tasks. Many people mistakenly assume that the shadow only contains immoral qualities, but more often than not, the true battle lies in accepting our good qualities, precisely because they demand a conscious decision to develop them. Once you realize we have dormant talents, we are asked to rise above our fears, and our souls won't rest until we accept this calling. And this is the moment we will try to dismiss it and feel completely inept to face this challenge. But as Stephen Pressfield says in The War of Art, we become capable in the process. We just had to take the first step and unseen forces come into our aid. So when we commit to fulfilling our true destinies, suddenly we are gifted with new opportunities and we start doing what before seemed impossible. But I find this only happens when we develop an attitude of utmost respect for our crafts and do it from a place of love rather than seeking validation or recognition. Now, wanting to prove ourselves can be a powerful drive and even take us far, but it doesn't fulfill the soul. We can even be doing exactly what we were born to do and still be disconnected from our authentic selves, because the voice of the soul is subtle, and it comes in moments in which we choose not to write a sentence because we feel like it's too vulnerable, or when we change our song because it doesn't fit the standards, or when I'm recording a YouTube video and I don't speak the truth. But this is poison for the soul, and over time we get the feeling that we are dry and the things that give us joy are now a source of anxiety and frustration, and everything becomes stale. And this is the moment we must stop listening to everyone, stop looking outside and ask ourselves what our truth is. Because the values of the soul are often incompatible with our egotistical desires, and it requires vulnerability to access them. And more often than not, they are a straight road to our wounds, and that's why we want to keep our distance. However, if we can change our narratives about ourselves, we can transform our wounds into gifts. Our crazy ideas, sensibility, weird perspectives, insane dreams not only makes us unique, but can also bring meaning. And the individuation journey requires the courage to develop our gifts and talents. And everything starts with listening to our souls and then taking action to develop them in real life and sharing them with the world. That's what true shadow integration and individuation are all about. And finally, you can have a step-by-step to practice the authentic shadow work created by Carl Jung in the next video.